Hi, I'm Mang Mang. In this class, Tao and I will share something about foreign liquors and cocktails.
Hi everyone, nice to meet you again.
Perhaps some of you might wonder, why do flight attendants need to learn so much about foreign liquors? As our internationalization grows rapidly, and civil aviation services continue to develop, as an excellent flight attendant, you will often come into contact with foreign passengers. Foreign liquors are a part of Western culture.
The corresponding knowledge of alcoholic beverages enables you to communicate better with passengers. Only when you truly understand its origin and how to serve it properly can you serve passengers better and enhance the quality of our services.
Then, next, we will lead everyone to get to know it. These 6 types here are our common 6 base spirits. This one is brandy.
This one is whiskey.
This one is rum.
This one is gin.
This one is tequila.
This one is vodka.
This one is special. It's a liqueur.
Now let's learn something about knowledge of brandy.
First, let's introduce what is it. Generally speaking, all liquors made from fruits, by fermentation and distillation, are called brandy. Let's take a look at this one. Hennessy VSOP.
We all know that France is famous for producing world-renowned brandy, but now on the plane, there might be many foreign passengers who will directly ask the flight attendant for cognac. So what is cognac?
We have also reviewed before the difference between champagne and sparkling wine. Similarly, it's the same with this. Not all brandies are called cognac. But if it is cognac, it must be brandy.
That's right, only brandy from the Cognac region of France can be called cognac, so next time when passengers order, they will not mistake it.
Be sure to remember this. So first, let's take a look at the label. What does Hennessy VSOP stand for? Generally speaking, if it only shows VS Very Special, the age of the spirit is at least about 3 years. Like this bottle, VSOP, Very Special Old Pale, its age is around 5 years. If it's XO, extra old, generally, the age is over 10 years.
That would be a higher quality spirit.
Look at the bottom. It says cognac, which we just mentioned. Besides these letters on the label, there are other letters, such as E, especial, for special, F, fine, for good, V, very, for very good, O, old, for old,
S, superior, for superior, P, pale, for pale and mature, X, extra, for extra, C, cognac for cognac. So, in the future, when you see the label, you can roughly judge the value of this cognac
and its quality.
Next, we will introduce whiskey. Whiskey is usually made from barley as the raw material, using malt as the sacharifying agent and made through saccharification, fermentation, and distillation.
For example, like what we have today, is the Chivas Regal.
Chivas Regal.
There are also some common ones, like Johnny Walker.
That is the black label of Johnny Walker, which we usually see.
Red Label, and so on. Next, let's take a look at vodka. Generally, vodka is often made from potatoes, or various grains, and made through fermentation, distillation, and filtration. Its alcohol content is generally high, like this one. The alcohol content is about 40 to 50%. Its color is transparent.
Vodka is also a popular drink in Russia.
This one is the rum we are going to talk about now. It is made from sugarcane as the raw material, through the production of molasses, fermentation, and distillation, stored in oak barrels and finally made. Many people do not like it, and it is seen less often.
In fact, we often meet it, like in tiramisu, Napoleon cakes. Rum is added to these products to enhance their taste.
Let's take a look at this drink. Called tequila, which is a unique and famous liquor from Mexico.
Yes, it is distilled from the fermented sap of tropical crops, cacti, so it is also called mezcal, with a quite peculiar aroma, and a strong taste, and the color is light brown, or colorless, and transparent.
The way to drink this liquor is quite special. Many people like to coat the rim of the glass with salt and then drink it with a lemon.
It is more suitable for those with a strong taste.
Next, let's take a look at gin, which can also be called juniper berry liquor. Its alcohol content is generally between 35 to 55 degrees. Its color is transparent, and its fragrance is prominent. It is very suitable for drinking alone and for making our cocktails. Finally, let's look at this liqueur. The Bailey's Irish Cream we just mentioned.
Liqueurs are fortified spirits with delicious ingredients added from all corners of the world, including almost all the fruits, plants, or foods you can think of. Every glass of liqueur is a fine product, blending with clear and rich fragrance. This Bailey's Irish Cream, for example, is made with the addition of milk and cream.
Bailey's Irish Cream has a beautiful story that is closely related to us attendants. Mr. Tao, could you share it with us?
Sure. Let me tell you a love story, which is the origin of Bailey's Irish Cream. A long time ago in England, there was a very famous bartender who was deeply in love with his wife. Unfortunately, his wife passed away prematurely, leaving him heartbroken. Then he always stayed at home, and in a state of deep sorrow. One time, while he was traveling by plane, he saw a flight attendant who looked very much like his late wife, and his heart was reopened. He wanted to go after this attendant but got rejected, and was told that he and she were like whiskey and cream, which could never be mixed. However, the bartender went back and tried every means to mix milk, cream, and whiskey together, and added sweet honey. Then he brought this back for her to taste. After tasting it, the flight attendant shed a tear of emotion, feeling truly touched by the bartender's sincerity, and accepted his pursuit.
So this drink is a favorite among all ladies, and is known as the perfect drink for those who do not usually drink alcohol. Now let's learn cocktails. The 6 base spirits can all be used in mixing cocktails. Generally speaking, a cocktail is a drink made from 2 or more types of alcohol, or combined with fruit juice and other beverages.
Cocktail making is simple and convenient. You can mix different varieties according to your own preferences and make cocktails of different colors and styles.
During the mixing, the alcohol level of spirits is reduced, creating a neutral drink.
When serving cocktails, you can also use a variety of glasses, as well as decanters, shakers, and other auxiliary tools.
There are several methods for mixing cocktails, such as blending and building.
There are also shaking and stirring. In the next part, we will introduce several mixing techniques straight.
Today's focus is to introduce how to serve when a passenger orders a brandy. There are 3 ways. The first is straight drinking. When drinking straight, it's important not to pour too much,
because brandy is a spirit with a high alcohol content, so the quantity should be controlled. Provide 2 ounces of brandy for the passenger at a time, and pour it into the glass. It is appropriate not to overflow on.
The second way is on the rocks. Adding ice is different from that of regular beverages because of the high alcohol content. To not spoil its base flavor, we generally add just 1 to 2 ice cubes.
The third way is a chaser.
Many people ask if a chaser means adding plain water to brandy.
Actually, it's not. A chaser means giving the passenger a separate glass with ice water, preferably colder, so they can rinse their mouth, taste other dishes, and avoid mixing flavors. Next, Maimung will introduce the glassware used for drinking brandy.
This is a brandy glass, also known as a snifter,
and it's usually called belly bottle.
The way to hold it is different. It has a short stem. When holding it, use your middle and ring fingers to grip the bowl, allowing the warmth of your hand to enter the glass.
This can increase the aroma and fragrance of the wine.
It's different to serve. They also hold the glass by the stem to serve the passenger. Next, let's look at whiskey. When a passenger orders whiskey on the plane, how should we provide it? First, ask which way they prefer to drink it. Usually straight or on the rocks.
When serving foreign passengers, we will ask in English, how do you like your whiskey? Straight or on the rocks?
The whiskey glass is slightly different from other glasses. The most formal whiskey glass should be square. But due to the differences on board, we use a beverage glass to serve.
Since whiskey is also a spirit, we need to control the amount when serving to avoid passengers drinking too much. Normally, we pour 2 ounces of liquor into the glass.
The way to drink other spirits is the same as whiskey. I don't know if you have remembered that. Next, let's show the process of mixing cocktails. Before we start, let's get to know the tools. This is a cocktail shaker. The tool for measuring alcohol is called a jigger. The larger end of the jigger is 2 ounces. And the smaller end is 1 ounce. The larger end of the smaller jigger is 1 ounce. And the smaller end is 0.5 ounces.
These are the glassware and tools for serving cocktails, as well as the garnishes and stirrers used in cocktail mixing.
Next, we will mix the first cocktail, Gin Tonic.
最后加上装饰物。
After sharing 4 cocktails, our lesson will come to an end. Let's review the formula for mixing.
Our formula is a highball glass with ice, add the base spirit, the mixer, and finally to garnish and stir. In this way, a cocktail with full color, aroma, and taste is created.
If the color is darker, you can choose a cherry or an orange slice. If it's light colored, we can choose a lemon wedge.
At the same time, you can also match different colors and flavors according to your preference. We are also looking forward to the cocktail you mix, which will be most special and popular one.
That's the end of today. Mang mang.
Mtaoi. See you next time.